Hi, everyone. Welcome to chapter 6. We are knocking them down. We are probably really close to the halfway point. Actually, we are at the halfway point. I'm getting excited. I'm going to tell you that this week's chapter is not rocket science. There are some tricky parts, I guess, if you will, or a couple of challenges. We're doing some new moves. And so, if you're kind of like me and you're looking this week and you're going, oh, we got the typical reading and a quiz, but there's only two assignments, I would really like to have some more practice. When you go into your SimNet book, don't forget, and I think I said this at the beginning of the semester and you may have forgotten, we have what is called pause and practice. And these are in your Sim book only. You cannot upload these to SumNet for grading. I normally grade these myself, for example, in Excel, because Excel is one of the harder programs. We do these actually as homework in our class in addition to the projects. So, just because it's so hard. So, let me go into one just to kind of show you what they look like. If you wanted to do 6-1, for extra practice, all you would do is look at these instructions and follow the instructions. Here you don't have any resource files to use or downloads because you're creating a new Word document. So you just open up a new Word document and follow these instructions. However, there are times, for example in 6-2, that you will need a file. And you can see that this blue wording is an actual live link. My pointer changes to a hand versus just an arrow. So you could literally do all four of these if you wanted to completely up. Let's go ahead and get started on our 6-1 guided project. Don't forget to download your resource file and, as I like to say, start your engines. In this project, you're going to be modifying the staying activity document from the Courtyard Medical Plaza to create new styles, modify existing styles, create a building block, and customize and insert document property and word fields. Again, it's not extremely hard. I'm going to save while I'm doing this. It's just a couple of challenging parts that you're going to want to read the entire question first before you make that move. In fact, those are good rules to live by when you're setting for that Microsoft Office Word Specialist certification. Again, that's read the entire question first and then make the move. Take a look at this document. We have a title and some headings here, and not a lot's really going on. So we're going to be fixing this. Notice that the title is like this dark navy blue. We've got a nice light blue underline, and the headings here, the side headings match that blue line. Let's change those colors. So in number 3, it tells us to click the colors button and to select red. During my videos, I'm going to start giving you tidbits for setting for that MOS certification. You need to start memorizing your buttons and thinking about what they're used for so that when you get to that final in a couple of weeks here, about 8 more weeks or less than that, 7 weeks, it won't be too long, you need to have these buttons memorized. So we are designing something. These are themes, right? That we've picked out or that are defaulted for us already. They're already picked out, but now we're designing and we're changing something. So you're going to the design tab. We're going to go over to colors and we're going to change everything to red. And now you can see that my title is in black. The line and the side headings are now in red. Let's modify the existing styles. Right click the title style in the style gallery. And so we had to go back to the home tab. And so we're going to right click title. Next click or select modify and then click to center to align or center align the title on the page. So all this is going to be pushed over and centered. Click the format button and select font. In the font style group, select bold and change the size to 20. And lastly, apply all caps to the text effect. Click OK to close the font dialog box and click OK to close the modify style dialog box. And now you can see my screen kind of jumped there. The title is now centered, all caps, bold, and the size has gone down just a little bit. Right click the heading style 1 and let's modify that. Click the underline button in the formatting area. This is the formatting area, underline. And now open up the font dialog box and let's choose small caps this time. And then click OK to close the font dialog box. Now open the paragraph dialog box and we're going to be following the changes that are listed in our instructions in J. So before spacing, we want to change that to 12. The after spacing, we want 3. And then line spacing will be single. Click OK to close the paragraph dialog box and click OK to change or to close the modify style dialog box. Next, we're going to select all instances of a style and apply a different style. Click the Styles Launcher located in the Home tab, right? We're in the Styles group, and then right-click Heading 2. Now, I know we haven't done anything to Heading 2, but if you select Heading 1, it'll kind of mess things up. So let's go into Heading 2, and let's select all of Heading 2 styles. Then what you're going, in fact, let me just move this over a little bit. If you look, we've got both of those headings selected. Now you're going to click Heading 1 Style in the Styles pane. And what it ended up doing was everything that we set before when we modified Heading 1 style is now applied to our Heading 1 styles. Pretty handy. Pretty nifty, actually. Make sure you know what you're doing. If you need, again, that extra practice, go back. I would strongly encourage you to do the pause and practice. Everyone's going to have this move, probably on the final. Okay, so now we're done with that. Let's now create a new style based on the selected text. Let me close out. Select all of the text after the keep, exercise fun, and interesting heading. So just select all that. Now apply a checkmark bullet to the selected text. And real quick, if you don't have a check mark in your library, I use my check marks quite often, you will need to go down to the defined new bullet. And I know that we've probably done this before, but let me quickly walk you through this. You're going to want to go into a symbol because a check mark is a symbol. Make sure that you have your wingding selected. And then where it says character code, don't try and sit there and search through all of these. There are so many. Just type in that character code, 252. When you're setting for that Moss exam and you have to change your symbol and you all will have at least one question that's in regards to this. Go ahead and go into whatever it wants you to set for your font and then just type in the code. That's all you need to do. Otherwise, you'll be spending a whole lot of minutes and seconds searching for that actual symbol. I want to remind you it's 50 minutes with 40 questions. So time's of the essence. You got to move quick. Okay, C. It says with the bulleted text list still selected, click the More button in the Styles group and create a style. The Create New Style from Formatting dialog box opens. Let's now go ahead and click the Modify button And this takes us into the Create New Style from Formatting dialog box. And you're going to use the following information in your instructions to create a new style. The name is going to be Bullet List, and make sure that you've got a capital B, capital L, and everything is spelled correctly. Your style type will be paragraph. Style based on will be list paragraph. And then your style for following paragraph will be the bullet list. Click the Format button and select Paragraph, and change the left indent to 0. Deselect the Don't Add Space Between Paragraphs of the same style, and click OK to close the paragraph dialog box, and click OK to close the dialog box to create the new style. Let's update to match a selection and apply a style. First, you need to select the paragraph after the title of the document. So Control Home gets you all the way to the top very quickly. Again, select the paragraph after the title of the document. Change the font size to 10. With the paragraph still selected, right-click the normal style in the Style Gallery and choose Update Normal to match the selection. All of the body text included in the numbered and bulleted list changes to 10. So what we did was this is 10 down here and this is 10, and all we did was instead of having it normal, we modified it, right? We changed it and we're matching the selection. That's all we did. Okay. Select the title. And let me make sure I just get the title. And then you are going to change the before spacing to 48. That's pretty big, 48. And right click, let's go ahead and say OK. And now you're going to right click the title and then select Update to Match Selection. Okay, now that's 48. Now let's insert a picture and change the text wrapping and position. Go ahead and place the insertion point at the beginning of the document. Control Home is the fastest way to get there. And insert the CMP logo -06 picture. So wherever you might have saved that, you're just going to go there. And let's go ahead and click the wrap text. Look at how it's all moved over, and it needs to be up here a little bit. So let's go ahead and make these changes. You should have your Picture Tools Format tab open automatically since we just inserted a picture. It's already selected. I can see my selection handles. So wrap text, and we want to select in front of text. Then click the Position button and select the More Layout options. Change the horizontal absolute position to 3 to the right of the page. Then change the vertical absolute to 0.3 as well below the page. And then click OK to close the layout dialog box. Save the CMP logo in the Quick Parts Gallery. Everyone will probably have this on your final. I don't think I've ever used this in my career of 25, 30 years of being in the business. But yeah, so just make sure that you know what this is for and why you're doing it. Again, you might use it in your job, you might not, but they want us to learn it. So let's go ahead and do this. Click the CMP logo picture to select it. Mine is still selected. If it's not, make sure you click on that. Click the Quick Parts button. So that is located in the Insert tab and then in the text group. So go all the way over and then Quick Parts. And now let's go and select Save Selection to Quick Part Gallery. Now we've got another dialog box that opens up. We have some missing information here, so we're going to go ahead and add that. Your instructions to say for the name, type CMP logo. Your gallery is Quick Parts, category general. Description is insert CMP logo. Don't forget to double check your spelling. You want those easy points. Save in is building blocks, and then options is insert content only. Click OK to close that dialog box. And now let's edit the footer. Oh, do you want to redefine? I'm sorry, I did miss a step. Do you want to redefine the building block entry? Yes. Okay, so we close that. And now we're going to insert a word field in the footer. Edit the footer. So you're going to click your footer and we're going to go down to Edit, Footer, and tab over twice to move to the right margin. Type last, modified, and again make sure no typos like I just did. And then a space, don't forget your colon, then a space. And then now we're going to use that Quick Parts that we just created. So go to your Quick Parts button, and this time we are in the Header and Footer Tools Design tab, and select Filled. Select Save Date in the field names. We have to go actually down to it. And then in the date formats area, you are going to want to pick out the short number date format. So you can see that it's just the month, the day, and it's the year, but the year, make sure that you've got just the 17 and not the 2017. There is a difference. Click OK to close the field and select all of the text in the footer. And I'm just going to do my Control A. That's the fastest way to do it. And apply the italic style format, and I just did my Control I. And now go ahead and close the footer. Save and close the document. When you exit Word after creating and saving building blocks, there is a really good chance, and it did do this, that you're going to be prompted like this to modify the modified styles building blocks. You just want to save those again. So save them. Let's go ahead and upload this. Hopefully I got 100 again this week. If you have problems, as always, please use the Ask Dr. Barnes a question tab for your questions, and only email me if it's something personal. I will be online all week and all weekend. I'll be around for you. Good luck, and again, let me know if you've got questions.